The next point, when we talk about banking theories, we will present five main theories about the bank and how can the bank use this theory. The first one, delegated and monitoring. Delegating and monitoring. In this case, for delegating and monitoring, in this case, this is the first, okay? This is the first delegating and monitoring case. In this case, any client or any borrower concerns with how you can invest your deposit in safe haven or decrease the risk. So in this case, for first delegating and monitoring, in this case we talk about the theory that the banks or the city concerned with the role of banks as the borrower monitors. So in this case, we need to monitor the credit risk. For me, suppose I am a depositor, okay, and I want to lend my money for any client. To monitor, and check about the history for this borrower, it costly for me as an individual. It costly for me as an individual, okay? So in this case, we talk about delegation. What do we mean by delegation? The delegation equal that the savers or depositors delegate the bank to monitor the borrowers. So banks in this case play key role to monitor the borrower. What do you mean by monitor? Monitor equal investigate about the history, investigate about the payment or time, investigate about credibility level, and so on. The bank can monitor the borrowers by using economies of scale and collecting of information and data about the risk level. Okay, banks analyze the terms of delegation costs, okay, and develop a theoretical model. So in this case, we talk about the critical success factors for any bank. Critical success factors for any bank to delegate or monitor the borrowers. Number one, diversification among different investment, and number two, the size of bank, the size of delegated bank. When diversification for the bank increase, good news and risk will decrease, and the bank work with economies of scale. And the same time, when we talk about the size for bank, when the bank or when the size of bank increase, in this case, the bank can use monitor and can make a monitor and investigate about the credibility level, and this is for very simple for the bank. So there is a positive relationship between the bank size and the monitor level. But what about who monitor the monitor? So, okay, the depositor monitor the bank, okay, and delegate the bank to monitor the borrower, okay, but central bank monitor the bank. Central bank monitor the bank. In this case, bank monitoring services concerns with development of project risks. Mainly, we talk about the risks. So the first theory, the abstract, when we talk about monitoring, in this case, it's costly for individual depositor to monitor the borrower. Monitor equal, we check about the credibility level, what about the history, payment on time, and so on. So in this case, the savers or depositors delegate the bank as an professional institution to monitor the borrower and check about the credibility level. The second theory for the bank, information production. Information production. In this case, we talk about the relationship between demand and supply. Demand and supply. Demand and supply for the financial system. So, in this case, the bank can provide reports, financial ratios, financial institutions, and data about the financial system. In this case, the bank provide new product. The bank provide new product about the market study, industry analysis, and macroeconomic environment, and so on. So in this case, we talk about the bank generate professional information. The bank as a source for professional reports. Professional reports about the market, about the industry, about the macroeconomics. Okay, valuable information in this case, promising investment opportunities. So there is a positive relationship between the information provided by banks and the investment report, the investment opportunities, the investment scale. So in this case, the reports by bank, the reports provided by the bank may be not free, may be not free. So in this case, we talk about another source for income for the bank. The next, without banks, what happened without banks? Without banks, we can talk about duplications of information. Duplications information. So in this case, the bank solve this duplication and we talk about one source of information. One source of information. Banks collect data about clients and convert them into information and may add provided information to their product list. Okay, so the bank can sell this report or reports about the information about the risk, about the industry, about the market, and this is another product to banks.